He can see the race leader.
I'm pushing as much as I can.
Verstappen using all of the road all the way to the end without a massive fight. Norris chasing Verstappen all the way to the checkered flag. Max Verstappen has not been under this sort of pressure for a very, very long time. This is going to be absolutely fascinating.
As the gap is less than 5 seconds, we really can't afford any track limits, so focus on that, mate.
There's the gap visually. Verstappen to Norris. He can see the race leader. The laps are ticking down.
Okay, Lando, opportunity is still the mid-corner of turn 15, so just give up a little bit of entry to help.
Stand by for a grandstand finish at this famous Formula One venue. Lando Norris has the advantage.
But he let me by, even more stupid.
Verstappen has known about this for a while. There's nothing he can do. Norris is catching him.
And Lando happy to push turn 9 a little bit more.
I'm pushing as much as I can. Thank you.
That's the sound of Formula One's most recent winner, trying to claim the biggest trophy. And there's enough time for Lando to go back to back as a Grand Prix winner, to wait all of that time, 110 races, to win one. He could be looking at 2 in a row.
The main losses to Lando, turn 2, turn 6.
Yeah, my tyres don't work, mate.
Just information, Max, that's all.
Yeah, same for me.
Very short and to the point under these engineer there, GP.
Verstappen is complaining about it.
I see. Okay. I'm pushing, mate.
Loving Lando on the radio in recent times. He's pushing, he's giving it everything. Those in the crowd are roaring every time these two go past. And we've seen some great Grand Prix so far this year, but we haven't really seen a battle like this all the way to the end. Lando Norris, he told us he was pushing DC, and we saw that he's absolutely wringing the neck of that car.
I'm so sorry for the sound effects, but that's within not even 3/4 of a kilometre. He's been right over the edge of the rear tyre twice.
Suggest strat 12, strat 12.
Yeah, I'm losing too much grip. Not a lot I can do.
That's what it takes to win a Grand Prix. Max Verstappen is not going to hand you victory, and his tyres might not be in the best shape, but this is a multiple world champion who has won for fun in recent times in Formula One. We're getting another grandstand finish, 5 to go. Verstappen, one wide moment, one lockup away from seeing victory slip through his fingers.
5 laps remaining, 5 laps.
Norris is full beat. He's over track limits a few times as well, I'm sure of it. He is giving it full send. Verstappen's just keeping him at bay now. There's a bit of dirty air coming into play at this range. Norris needs to find another little bit to punch through that.
Lando Norris gathering it all in, trying to find the most efficient route to the back of the great Max Verstappen.
Battery is almost empty.
If we want to top up the battery, it'll be mode 7, Max. But you will clip more in mode 7.
And it's 1.8 seconds between first and second. We'll go over the line and we'll begin lap 60 next.
Lando, his battery's almost empty. Use some of yours.
Max Verstappen having to ask questions of his team because he's being asked questions by this driver.
Verstappen has managed to find a little bit more. Gap's as low as it's been though, 1.4 seconds, still Norris sliding on the rear end.
These guys are full concentration. They know one mistake is going to turn this Grand Prix.
My goodness me, it is fine margins after all of this racing. All the way to the end without a massive fight. 1.3 seconds the gap. We've seen on board with the driver from the West Country in the UK how much he's using of the track. Risk versus reward for Grand Prix victory. It's why we love this sport so much. One error decides it. Will there be an error? They're such high quality drivers.
The gap is 1.2. 2 laps remaining.
Can he get within the 1 second window before we get to the last lap? Verstappen using all of the road, and still Norris uses everything he's got underneath him. Can Norris get inside DRS? Look at the gap. He's so close to being able to do it.
How many laps to go?
1.
We're on to the final lap, the final 3 miles of racing here at Imola, and there's 9/10 of a second between the leader and second place.
Go.
Okay, final lap gap is 1.1. Does not have DRS.
Formula One's most recent winner is Lando Norris. The dominant driver of recent times is Max Verstappen. Norris is going to chase him all the way home, but he's lost his last great chance to pass.
This is so close between Norris now just weaving, trying to get in the mirrors, distract Max. Easier said than done, but you've just got to keep putting on the pressure even when it seems like it's impossible.
This one-time contender, now Grand Prix winner, trying to force the error from Max Verstappen. They're getting closer to home. Norris chasing Verstappen all the way to the checkered flag.
Right, the next big stop is the tricky one. Verstappen is going to have to go slightly cautious.
Verstappen is nearly there. He's nearly home. Lando Norris has chased him all the way to the flag. But Max Verstappen will take back the top step. Max Verstappen wins in Imola. What a finish from those two across the line. It's new opposition for Verstappen, but the same result. The Dutch driver does it again, and he beats Lando Norris by 7/10 of a second.
Right. Had to work for that. Woo! Oh, anyway, we did a great race, considering how the weekend started, you know. But I had to work hard for that.
Unlucky. Almost. We just lost too much in the beginning. But another amazing weekend. Well done, everyone. A lot of points, another trophy. Let's keep it up.
Max Verstappen wins from pole. That tells you nothing about what we just saw. Well, once it was a massive margin across the line. Now it's under a second. Norris asked the question. Verstappen found the answer. Formula One at its finest.
Those last 10 laps, I was really trying to survive with the tyres, and then suddenly Lando really picked up pace. Yeah, I could see him, of course, catch up. I was not sure if I could keep him behind, but I was just trying to do the best I could, pushing as hard as I could with the grip that I had. And yeah, luckily it was just enough laps.
I was just praying for one more lap. I was just praying for someone to say one more lap, 7/10, like one more lap, at least he would have had to defend into turn 1, and maybe something could have come from that, but one lap too late. It's a shame, but it is what it is, and we just struggled too much in the beginning of the race.